Police in Fond du Lac find what appears to be an active meth lab inside a home. We'll tell you who's in custody this morning.
A mother and a child left fearing for their lives after a shocking robbery. How you can help with the suspect behind bars.
And once again, we're back in that minus 10 to minus 20 degree range around southeast Wisconsin. But a warm-up's going to bring a wintry mix of precipitation when all that arrives. Coming up with your first alert weather.
And we are monitoring your traffic conditions on this Thursday morning, taking a live look through the DOT camera network right there. We'll tell you more about what you can expect as you get in your car this morning.
We are the CBS 58 Morning News with Nate Custer and Jessica Ty.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, January 9th. I'm Jessica Ty.
And I'm Nate Custer. We have several developing stories to bring you today. CBS 58's Matt Doyle has been talking with authorities all morning to give you the very latest information about an active meth lab investigation in Fond du Lac.
And are you ready for the thaw? After days of record cold, the temps are about to go up. Here's first alert forecast with meteorologist Lance Hill. And Lance, we still have to get through this morning.
Yeah, I was going to say just one more morning to get through, and then temperatures will be on the rebound even by later on this afternoon. But still bitterly cold this morning. The only good news out of this is that we don't have really much of any wind to speak of around southeast Wisconsin, but still temperatures are just bitterly cold. We're at minus 9 in Milwaukee. That's the warmest spot right now around southeast Wisconsin. Problem out there with Kreitz Field with the automated weather system, so we haven't been getting temperatures out of Waukesha this morning, but as cold as 20 below in Burlington, same in Fond du Lac, minus 17 right now in Sheboygan and Watertown. You're 16 below. Show you those wind chills. Again, not significantly worse than the actual air temperatures, except up in Fond du Lac. A bit of a breeze there, maybe coming off of Lake Winnebago. 37 below is the wind chill there, but notice minus 9 in Milwaukee, the same as our actual air temperature. So your day planner for today does actually include a warm-up in the forecast. A live look outside right now. Things are dry, quiet on the roadways. We'll be at minus 5 coming up here at 6 o'clock, 3 above at 9, and by noon temperatures around 14 degrees. And we're going to start out with a lot of sunshine but increasing clouds later on this afternoon. Then we're going to start tracking that next storm coming in before the weekend. Again, that wintry mix, sleet, freezing rain, and even some rain and snow all before the weekend. I'll have details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Jessica.
All right, thank you so much, Lance. New video just coming into the CBS 58 newsroom. Flames ripped through an apartment building in Milwaukee. Take a look at this. A fire broke out of this apartment building and the 3400 block of North 17th Street. Now,
that's near the intersection of Keith. And here's what we've learned over the last few minutes. Our sources say that first responders were called to that blaze just after 3:30 this morning. We've also learned that the Red Cross is also involved in helping to support at least 20 people there who are going through this tragic experience.
Our crew on the scene says the fire is out at this time and that Milwaukee City buses have been brought in to help warm up people who've been forced out into the cold temperatures. No reports of any injuries, no word on a cause yet. We'll keep you posted. Our top story this morning, a dangerous scene found at a Fond du Lac home. Officers were serving an outstanding warrant when they discovered what they say appears to be a meth lab. CBS 58's Matt Doyle joins us in the newsroom this morning. And Matt, break down what happened here.
Well, Jessica, it was a potentially scary scene for Fond du Lac police yesterday afternoon. An active illegal meth lab inside a residential home. Now, Fond du Lac police were serving a warrant to arrest a 39-year-old man yesterday afternoon around 4 o'clock. And once the officers entered that home, they took the man into custody. But at that point, they found the active lab. And now the home is on the city's northwest side. Officers had to act quickly. They called in the fire department's hazmat team, got a search warrant for the house, and then they requested assistance from other local and state agencies. And right now there are no charges in this case at this point, but Fond du Lac police do tell me that that 39-year-old man is still in custody this morning, and it's an active and ongoing investigation. We are live in the newsroom. Matt Doyle, CBS 58 News.
Thank you, Matt. Milwaukee County Executive Chris Abele is now going to bat for a bus driver who lost his job for helping a woman who was being attacked. Abele is asking transit officials to give the guy his job back.
It was a punch in the stomach and a kick in the head because I gave my all to whoever I worked for, and I worked for 9 years.
William Bierman may have been fired by his bosses, but he was honored yesterday for risking his life to help someone else. Alderman Bob Donovan presented him with a Golden Gloves Award. Transit officials say Bierman compromised his own safety and exposed his employer to potential liability, and that's why he was fired. A number of local leaders, including Sheriff David Clark, were on hand to commend Bierman.
Makes me feel really good that people of this stature are watching out for the little guy like me. I spoke to my bosses, and no, we are standing firm on our decision. And I asked them on a couple occasions to reconsider.
We would expect any other citizen to do the same if it was our loved one crying for help.
Transit officials have not commented on Bierman's award. Looking ahead this morning, a pregnant woman who lost nearly everything in a house fire will get some help with replenishing what was destroyed. Molina Healthcare and the Salvation Army are teaming up this afternoon to donate furniture and some other necessities. They'll be taken to an empty Milwaukee apartment that the mother and her kids will soon call home.
5:35 now. The Red Cross helps during times of need, but now they're over their budget by $32,000 to be exact, and they're afraid if they don't get help, they could be in jeopardy. CBS 58's John Coco has that story.
They've lost everything,
It seems like day after day,
and we need to be there to support them.
it's been fire after fire for the Red Cross of southeastern Wisconsin.
Not a day goes by that I'm not notified that we're out for at least 3 fires a day.
A high number as they just now enter peak fire season.
This is where it should really start, and we've been super busy before then, and it goes through February. This is when people are a little more needing the heat and not as careful.
Their budget is already bending, just trying not to break.
When we arrive at a fire, one of the first things that we do is we have a van that's stocked with everything that you see in this closet.
All of these things cost money, and this is just a small part of how they help families involved in fires. The Red Cross did receive a number of large donations for natural disasters recently, like with Hurricane Sandy and the tornadoes in Oklahoma, but that money went to those tragedies only.
It didn't stay here. This is your neighbors. This is our community that is needing help right now.
The Red Cross says they won't stop helping, but admit it's going to be hard with 6 long months to go in their fiscal year.
So what can people do?
You know, the biggest thing right now is financial donations. Help me get out of this deficit. I've got to build back up, because if I don't, we could be in some real trouble.
And if you'd like to help out, we put those details on our website at CBS58.com. But this is kind of a double hit for the Red Cross. Due to the cold weather and snow, they've had to cancel blood drives, so they're low on that as well. You can find out where you can give blood starting today.
The Waukesha County Sheriff says he's ready to retire. Daniel Fruicki will not run for another term. Instead, he'll retire at the end of the year, ending a 35-year career with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. Fruicki worked his way up from a cadet to sheriff, a job he's held for the past 12 years. A young child comes face to face with a knife-wielding robber. Now police need your help to find the suspect. CBS 58's Sashel Saunders has the story.
Terrifying circumstances. A woman working the register at Supermercado Jalisco when a man bursts through the door with a knife.
She was really scared, She was really scared about what happened, what was going on.
Look closer. You'll see a child hiding behind her, a 7-year-old girl caught in the middle of a dangerous robbery.
They come for money, but they really don't care what, who's gonna be dead, or, they don't really care about kids.
It's a business's worst nightmare, but the Jalisco store owner, who didn't want his face shown on cameras out of fear, thought he was prepared. Surveillance covering nearly every inch of the store.
No matter how much, how prepared you are, but at some point, someone is just want to take advantage of you, no matter what.
And those cameras couldn't stop the man dressed in dark clothing, his face hidden, even covering his tracks, running back to the door, locking all 3 inside.
Terrible. Terrible. I couldn't understand that.
Moments later, that shocking ordeal comes to an end. The robber getting away, cash in hand. The mother and child left fearing for their lives.
It's really frustrated, how people don't really care about it. They may have kids too, and they seem, they don't care.
He is a white man, about 5'7" to 5'11", and 145 to 175 pounds with blue eyes. Anyone with information should call police at 414-935-7360.
5:39 now. The Packers may be done playing this season, but they're still giving back to Packer Nation.
How you doing? What's your name, man? Leland. I'm Jonathan. Nice to meet you.
That's running back Jonathan Franklin as he was among the special guests that gave the patients at Children's Hospital a surprise of their lives. Franklin spent a lot of one-on-one time with several patients there, getting to know their favorite things. It's something he's done throughout his college and professional career.
We're in an amazing opportunity, playing for the Green Bay Packers, to be able to give back and to be able to make people's day. And when I was at UCLA, I used to go to the Children's Hospital, weekly, and it's such an inspiration. It allows you to appreciate life, so much more, and it's a blessing to be able to do things like this.
Sounds like someone who understands his role in the community. The team has a long history of building relationships with families facing unique challenges like medical crisis.
That's so good to see, and especially from someone like him who he says he's been doing this for a long time. He used to go weekly. That's just great.
He's got the right kinds of motivations in life. There's
Give
no
him
question
back.
about that.
Love that.
Lance, let's go and talk about this. You're talking about this kind of gray zone of the temperatures and what that could mean for us.
Yeah, exactly. As we transition from this Arctic air mass back to a much warmer, more seasonable air mass, well, we're going to get enough instability in the atmosphere with some moisture coming up from the south as well. That's going to create a wintry mix. So there is that transition period where we're going to see some sloppy weather as we get temperatures a little bit back closer to normal. But still this morning, before all of this hits, we've had clear skies overnight and light winds. And take a look at the impact on those temperatures with snowpack on the ground. We've dropped down to -9 right now out at Mitchell International. Notice, though, the air is calm, so wind chill the same as the actual temperature. Look how cold it is now. Burlington, you were last time we just checked in about 10 minutes ago, you're -19. Now you're down to 21 degrees below zero. Coldest spot across southeast Wisconsin. Fond du Lac at -20, 17 below in Sheboygan, a 16 below in Watertown. So still this morning, obviously be careful, bundle up. Good news is, again, the wind chill temperatures really aren't much different than those actual temperatures. And we will start to see these readings rebound as we go through the day. In fact, by noon, we're already everybody into the double digits here, getting into the teens, even mid to upper teens in Milwaukee. And we'll top out as we go through the afternoon and into the evening, 19, 20 degrees, and then actually overnight, temperatures start to actually rise a little bit. Let's show you what's going on. Satellite radar combination. We are nice and quiet right now, clear skies, but we will see increasing clouds. It'll be a sunny, very cold start with those clouds increasing mid to late morning, and then mostly cloudy skies through the afternoon. In fact, here we are as of noon. You can see some of that moisture form of clouds coming up from the south, lifting north across the area through the afternoon and into the evening. Then overnight tonight, a chance for a few flurries, little if any accumulation, not expecting anything maybe more than a dusting on 1 or 2 spots. But then tomorrow is going to be a different story. Here we go through the afternoon. Let's pause it at 5 o'clock. See all these shades of purple. This is some freezing rain, sleet moving into the area, maybe mixing with some snow as well. And then that continues, especially north and west of Milwaukee. 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, some freezing rain could be enough to get some icing before eventually it changes back over to snow north and west of town. We'll stay mainly rain overnight into Saturday morning before switching back over to snow by Saturday morning. Total accumulation is about 1 to 3 inches well to the north of Milwaukee. So again, a little unsettled heading into the weekend, but once we get into the weekend, temperatures are in the mid-30s, and into next week, a few flurries to kick off Monday and Tuesday. We'll take this out to that 10-day trend for you, getting you into next weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Lance. 5:43 right now on this Thursday morning. Getting closer to the weekend now. We like that, and we like the forecast, looking at those warmer temps ahead. Right now, we're taking a live look at 894 at 60th Street. Traffic is moving along at a good pace. Now we're looking at 894 at 27th Street as maybe a bus, maybe a semi goes by on the right-hand side there. No accidents to report.
Well, if the weight loss commercial sounds too good to be true, then it probably is not true.
Now Washington is doing something about those deceptive diet ads.
And big changes coming to Macy's. Some stores will close, but will those closings affect you?
And here's a live look outside in Milwaukee. It is a frosty morning once again, but don't worry, hang in there. Temps are going to go up. A look at your First Alert forecast ahead.